was 70 years old, but could a 70-year-old man change the railroad? After becoming head of the railroad, Sogo had a vision of high-speed rail between two major cities, Osaka and Tokyo, which is the distance of 320 miles. His plan was to build new cars, locomotives, and improve the current system. In the meantime, Sogo and his team went to work on designing a train with current technology that was used in Japan, including distributing the traction motors throughout the train. And the Shinkansen was launched in October of 1964, and it was a major success. But sadly, in 1981, Sogo died of pneumonia at age 97. But before he passed away, he received Japan's highest civilian award. Here are the couple of trains that they have. Here was the Shinkansen bullet train that he designed, and on the right is Japan's newest, is the Nozomi Series 700. And as fast and sleek as the Nozomi is, there's something even faster than this. The TGV, or Train à grande vitesse, which is French for high-speed train. This is owned by the French National Railways, or SNCF. The idea of modernizing the railroad occurred in 1960 to improve the infrastructure and also get some new equipment. The first TGV, the TGV 001, took the rails in 1971, and in 1972 was powered by a gas turbine and reached speeds of 198 miles an hour. The gas turbine-powered TGVs ran until the energy crisis of 1973, which suddenly made these trains very costly. But in the same year, 1973, the TGV was electrified by being powered by overhead wires. And since the 1973 electrification, this train has broken speed records of over 300 miles an hour and have over 17 billion riders per year, and they have no fatalities. Where does it serve? Here's a picture on one of the newer TGVs in service. They serve major cities in France, including Paris, La Rochelle, which is a major locomotive shop, Lyon, and Luxembourg, as shown on the map here. In 1976, the SNCF began a big project of dedicating a specific high-speed rail line to extend from Paris to Lyon, and the first section opened in 1981. We're going to move on to the German railway known as Deutsche Bahn. They've developed high-speed routes serving the major cities including Berlin, Frankfurt, Hamburg, and Stuttgart, as shown on the map below. They have purchased a couple of versions of the ice train, as previously mentioned, and they travel with speeds up to 200 miles an hour. Here's the ice train phase 1 that you saw earlier that Amtrak tested, and on the right is the newest ice train in service known as the Model T that were both designed by Siemens. Now, is high-speed passenger rail safe for passengers? The answer is high-speed rail passenger service has become popular globally. But however, new technology, safety programs, and dedicated workers cannot guarantee 100% safety, and an accident in Germany will prove this point. The issue derailment of the ice train. On June 3rd, 1998, Intercity Express 884 was traveling to Hamburg with scheduled stops along the way. The train was traveling at 125 miles an hour until it derailed at a switch point, and the rest of the train collided with a concrete beam, and it flattened a highway bridge. 100 people died in this derailment, and 88 were injured. This was the worst rail disaster in Germany in the post-war era. And this little clip here from Train Wrecks from Sheriff John Bonnell will show you the computer animations of the wreck.
Germany, 1998. Normally, high-speed trains are among the safest ways to travel. The German ice train carries thousands of passengers every day at speeds of 170 miles per hour. Its luxury cars are equipped with telephones, video screens, even a place to go online with your computer. It's a perfect example of German precision. But on June 3rd, 1998, precision turned to disaster. Just before noon, the wheels on Intercity Express 884 come off the track and the cars uncouple. Tragically, it happens just as the train is passing under a bridge. The train log jams into the pilings as passenger cars slam into one another, and the force of the collision snaps the bridge. The locomotive is missing, The engineer sped on, unaware he lost the rest of his cars until he reached the next station. People rush out from the surrounding neighborhood to help with the rescue. In a matter of hours, more than 800 workers converge on the scene. At the moment of the collision, more than 200 tons of concrete poured down onto the wreckage from the collapsed bridge above. Heavy-duty cranes had to be called in to uncover the cars buried below. If the accident had happened anywhere else, it would have been less catastrophic. But the derailed car slammed into the bridge, creating a horrible scene of chaos and destruction. What could have caused such a sophisticated train to derail? One of its wheels fell apart as it sped down the tracks. The train raced on for another 3.5 miles without a problem. Finally, the car derailed, then uncoupled. The 1998 crash,
As you saw here, that the wheel assembly broke before the train collided with the bridge. It was due to a faulty wheel assembly. And because of the derailment, all 104 of these ice trains were recalled by Siemens, the manufacturer, and these had to be required before coming back to service. And this accident makes a point, as the sheriff mentioned, that the most efficient and fastest trains can derail at any time and can end in horror. Let's move on to Norway for a minute or two. There are a few railroads that serve Norway, including the Oslo Subway, CargoNet, and Green Cargo. The Oslo Subway route and its power source. The Oslo Subway serves the entire city of Oslo and is powered by electricity. The system runs on 750 volts of directional current that powers the train through a separate power rail. The electricity comes from waterfalls and is an eco-friendly energy source. I know a friend of mine who lives in Norway. His dad is the CEO of this system, and they are expanding very quickly. Here's a picture of one of their cars. It was manufactured by Siemens in Austria. Each train has 3 cars with a drivetrain in each car, and one train can hold around 1,000 passengers. About the 2 freight railroads, CargoNet and Green Cargo are 2 of Norway's freight railroads that transport cargo all over Norway. About 95% of their locomotive fleet is electrically powered, and only about 5% are diesel powered. So Norway railroads are making strong efforts now to reduce pollution and convert it to a cleaner, renewable resource for faster and more efficient transportation. High-speed rail in China. China, as we know, is one of the most populated countries in the world, and they now have a high-speed rail corridor that serves the major cities, including Shanghai and Beijing. The map here has 3 different colored lines signifying the different rail lines that they have. Here at one of China's newest trains, now the fastest train in the world, the Fuxing bullet train. It was designed, tested, and built in China. And this little video here will give you a couple of facts on it. Now, after what we've seen, that some scientists say there's a quicker way to get there. This train uses no steel wheels or rails. It is known as a maglev. The maglev is powered by magnets alternating between north and south. And a couple of countries that are testing this train are Japan and Germany. Below is the Japanese version of the maglev, known as the MLX-01, which smashed a world speed record in 2001 of 371 miles an hour. The MLX-01 is seen here on the 27-mile test track west of Tokyo. Here is Germany's maglev. Deutsche Bahn was doing a very similar test on a 30-mile test track in West Germany. This project was canceled in 2008 due to rising costs. Will electricity and magnets be the new source of power for the trains? Electricity and magnets are more powerful and efficient. It's better than diesel fuel and any other fossil fuels. No particles will be emitted into the atmosphere. And although research and development is costly, electricity and magnets could become the new power source for railways. To summarize everything from today, how do railroads impact us locally and globally? Short-line railroads make the local deliveries that Class 1 railroads can't make or not make profitable. The Class 1 freight railroads deliver freight such as coal and grains and machinery and consumables within states, between states, cross-country, and across 2 continents, as we saw from Asia to Europe. In some cases, trains can offer faster delivery than shipping, and it's less expensive delivery than air. Due to the large volume that trains are able to move, the environmental effects are lessened. And the next time you button your shirt, put on your shoes, turn on your laptop, eat, turn on your lights, start your car, turn on your furnace, walk into your home, and you can know that a train made it possible. Railroads are important to our domestic and global economies. Job opportunities in the rail industry and peripheral industries are growing rapidly. The rail industry attracts employees from different backgrounds to help safely and effectively move raw materials and final products to their destinations. They also provide lifetime careers in different fields, including industrial development. With the expansion of our terminals and rail lines, more freight and passengers will be moved by rail faster, safely, and more efficiently. Thank you all very much. I hope you enjoyed it. Has any questions, I will be in the back of the room, and I'll be glad to stay after for a few minutes. Thanks very much.
Thank you guys for coming. We do have Shark Tank with Matowski's class here starting in a few minutes if you'd like to stick around.